All right, guys, we are live. Welcome to Party on Broad Halftime Live. The Philadelphia 76ers, man. I don't know what I'm doing anymore, guys. Why do I do this to myself every fucking time? I love the Sixers. I love them to death. It's the definition of insanity. We're back. The Sixers were absolutely terrific in the first quarter. One freaking turnover. Other than a bank shot, a miraculous bank shot by Jason Tatum, they were great. The Sixers were great, just like last year, just like this year, and it was a shit second quarter. The Celtics are up 65-57, just absolutely dominated the second quarter. 33 combined points by Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum. Joining us today is my man Austin. Follow him on Twitter at KrellTPL. Dude, walk me off the cliff, man. I'm dying right now. I am so done with Brett Brown and Elton Brand, man. Where we go?
Well, I would point to this. I mean, the one that there is one positive, and that would be the fact that, I mean, they did follow their principles. They didn't give up offensive boards. They didn't commit a ton of turnovers. And yet the Celtics go up by as many as 11 in that first half. 25 point swing in that first half. So I think for their offense, for whatever reason, sort of like retracted and sort of shrunk back up into them. So their testicles actually got from like hanging down to like retracted back up to the pre-puberty phase of their being. And they got scared on offense. Like, it was all Embiid. And the Celtics, they were exhausting Embiid, and the Sixers just couldn't make shots. Like, how many shots can Tobias Harris miss at the rim? I mean,
my God. I
defended Tobias Harris all season long. It's time for him to wake up. It's time to put on your big boy pants. Get the tight ass little headband around that skull and start to make some shots, because $180 million is a hell of a chunk of dough for you to have 4 points at halftime. Wake up. It's time to play.
It's incredible, man. Embiid had like 10 shots in that first quarter. He finished with 14 in the second. Like, we keep doing this to ourselves. Why were we watching this game? The Flyers are terrific. Carter Hart is terrific. What? Just get this game over. I want to watch the Flyers, and I'm killing myself. Joining us today is also Tiago. He is at T-Scabby on Twitter. What's going on, Tiago?
Yeah, man. What is the Sixers game without them looking unbeatable and then looking like the worst team in the NBA?
Every time.
All within a span of like 3 minutes. I don't know, man. I tweeted this during the game. They were up 27-14. Everything looked smooth. Everything looked fine. They put Al Horford into the game. And then they put Joel Embiid back into the game. And in an 8-minute stretch, they scored 11 points in 8 minutes. 11 points. At what point do you look at the balance that you have in your court and realize there's an extra guy in Joel's way? There's one extra guy which is now in his way, making it much tougher for him to get to where he wants to go. So, I mean, we can talk about a lot of things. That for me stood out as like, what are we doing? Like, let's stagger these minutes again. Like, what's going on? So I don't know.
Yeah.
Very quick.
We have Dominique joining. He said this might possibly be the worst pick and roll defensive scheme I've ever seen. Doing a drop coverage on elite years like practice for these years. Dude, that's been the fucking storyline for the Sixers for as long as I can remember, man. This is the Philadelphia 76ers. It's the definition of insanity. Also joining us today for the first time ever is my man Serge. Follow him on Twitter at Serge Kumas. Does so much great Philadelphia Union content for the Painted Lines. What's going on, Serge?
Not much, man. How you doing?
Doing good, man. I'm just really fed up with this team. What's it take of yours so far in this first half, dude?
Jason Tatum, a phenomenal player. I think the storyline for the Celtics is, you got guys like Kemba, but when you have guys like Tatum and Brown, it's just like unstoppable players. I think that bank shot, even though you had Thibault playing great D, you knew it was gonna go in. He had shots falling all over in the first quarter. So, I think if you stop Tatum, if you stop Brown, then you have a good shot at beating this team. But without Simmons, We have Thibault already on Tatum. It's not helping out. That was basically our only salvation in terms of defense, but it's not really working out for us. Going into this series, I thought maybe 4-1, 4-2 we'd lose. I don't have the Sixers as favorites as I would like to, but at this point, maybe it could be a team.
Come on.
I don't know how anyone could have them as a favorite.
Everybody has them as favorite.
Yeah, man, it's really cynical, I know, but yeah, I just don't think that we. I think Brown's got to go. I don't think Brett Brown. I think when they brought him here in 2013, we had guys like Nerlens Noel, Isaiah Cannon, so on and so forth, in later seasons. I think he was never brought to win a championship. He was just brought to help out, temporarily, if you will. So I don't think the team that you tank with is a team that you win with necessarily. So I think he has to go.
Yeah. Nathan's joining us. Thanks for joining, Nathan. I'm ready to move on from Brett Brown. And if you put a gun to my head, Joel Embiid. Woo! Okay.
That's where I cut the cord.
Woosah here.
No. Joel Embiid is not the problem. He has 21 points at halftime, has not committed a turnover, and he's the only guy on the team scoring.
Yeah.
Playing alongside three power forwards.
Trade the entire roster besides Embiid.
Yeah, there's no way you can fault Joel Embiid here. But we only have a few minutes here. Another quick take. I go straight to Tobias Harris and Al Horford, man. I know we've dogged Al Horford. You can't, kind of compare the contract to his on-court performance and all that. But man, 9 points in 34 minutes in the first half. Man, these guys are just absolutely non-existent. That can't happen. If you want to beat a talented roster like the Boston Celtics, man, you're getting absolute zeros from these two guys. Austin, any takeaways so far? Any other takeaways?
Yeah, I think it's pretty telling where their effort is when Kemba Walker misses his own jump shot short as the smallest player on the court, hustles for his own offensive rebound and scores a layup. When you've been preaching offensive rebound, limiting offensive rebounds all season long, it's pretty telling as to where your mindset is as a program. And I think we can all say 1, 2, 3 Cancun. Woo!
Chris Coyle says this team is garbage. He also says zero urgency or passion. Thanks for joining, Coyle. 2 words, Tyrell Terry. What about you, Tiago? Any other takes?
Yeah, at what point after pick and roll number 500 are they maybe going to move Joel Embiid 3 feet up to try to challenge his shot? To be honest, Jason Tatum isn't even looking to pass. He's just coming off the screen and going straight up and shooting. At what point do you maybe flash Joel or flash some sort of help defense just to get in his way? Because it's getting unbelievable. I can't believe what I'm watching. So that's something I'm looking for the second half.
Nathan said, I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just saying if they end up breaking up Ben and Joe, JoJo's the one I'm ready to part with. I don't necessarily disagree with that. That's another podcast, actually, though. Any other takes, Serge?
It's going to be a great comeback. I know that. Yeah. As cynical as I am, it's going to be a great comeback. We'll leave it at that, right?
6 and 5.
Oh, man.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
6 and 5. All right, guys. We are going to be doing a post-game show right immediately after the final clock hits 0. Make sure you check us out here at Party on Broad. For Austin, for Tiago, for Serge. Thanks for joining, Serge. It was awesome. For myself, take it easy. Stay awesome.
Yeah.